I repair phones and make YouTube videos, so every time a new phone comes out I get curious as to how much abuse it can take before breaking. Today I'm going to give the durability test to a brand new fully functional HTC M9. To start off, let's see how the brushed aluminum body handles my car keys. Even though it left some pretty heavy marks, most of them can be rubbed off. I do make constructive videos as well, like the M9 repair video you see in the upper left hand corner. I will also link that in the video description below if you want to watch that after this one. If you take a razor blade and slice into the back of your phone, it cuts pretty deep into the aluminum. Surprise, surprise. Taking my razor blade and carving into the side of the phone doesn't do as much damage. It takes that point to make any grooves. Let's try the front glass. This is Gorilla Glass 4, the exact same stuff on the Galaxy S6. So there's no surprise here that my keys aren't doing any damage to it. The Gorilla Glass 4 is actually more hard than my keys are. So neither the keys nor the razor blade can do any damage to the screen. You can see the screen flex with how much pressure I'm putting on it. Now, because the screen is so hard, it does sacrifice a little bit when it comes to how brittle it is. An impact or extreme pressure can make the whole thing shatter. You'll see what I mean when I start testing the rear camera lens. You can see that there are 0 scratches on the screen. This is super impressive to me. Even with the sharp razor blade, it does absolutely nothing to the glass. Here's a fun little side lesson for you. Your eyes can't see infrared light, but my camera can. So if you take a remote control and point it at the camera, you can see the infrared light pulses. The phone also has an infrared light that it uses as a proximity sensor, so that's what you see blinking at the top of the phone. You can try it yourself with your own remote and cell phone camera. Back to destruction, the front-facing camera is easily scratched. It is not made of Gorilla Glass or sapphire glass. The rear camera is supposedly made of sapphire glass though, and it would make it unscratchable, but due to the scratch-proofness, it is much more brittle as you can see. With hardly any pressure, the back camera lens cracks, probably because there isn't much structural support underneath it. I expect this to be a big problem with people's M9s in the future. Hit that like button if you're glad this is my phone and not yours. Just for kicks and giggles, let's burn this guy. I did all of these same tests on the Galaxy S6 if you want to check out that video. I will link it here and in the video description below. The aluminum body holds up just as expected. It is easy to wipe off the smoke marks. The screen, on the other hand, the pixels stop responding when there is extreme heat. This screen did not hold up as long as the Galaxy S6 did under flame, but it still mostly recovered once the heat was removed and was allowed to cool off. Before we hit that climax, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. This next scene is a little gruesome, and I would hate if I lost you in the carnage. Let's move on to the bend test. I thought the solid aluminum body would do a much better job of holding this phone together, but I was actually really surprised at how easy this phone was to bend. It looks like the weakest point is right there where that power button is. Right smack dab in the middle of the frame. It wouldn't even turn on now that the button is broken. It really did not take much force at all to bend in half. The closest thing that I can compare it to is taking 3 spoons and bending them with your hands. That's how little pressure it would take to bend this phone. So unless you're Tinkerbell, don't sit on it. Long story short, I am pretty disappointed in this phone. Not only is it extremely difficult to repair, but it also royally fails durability on every account except scratches on the screen. Check out some of my other videos. We have the M9 teardown, an invisible charging station, and my Instagram is pretty fun as well. Thanks for watching.